falling and flying. Falling being the precursor to flying, because every flight has to have a landing at some point. And you can just sort of extend that fall to keep going, and that ends up being flying. And that's an important lesson in contact, is being able to take care of yourself safely. So now, can we all find space on the floor? Just enough room to lay down on the floor. One of the first important things about falling safely is to be soft. So I want you all to let your bones soften, become more liquid or like pillows. And as you do so, pay attention to pressing the soft parts of you into the floor. And you might notice that there's a particular spiraling motion to yourself that helps you move more softly without any bumps or hits of the floor. As you think about that spiral, think about leading with your feet and the rest of your body, which is like an unstrung marionette, just kind of gets pulled along. And to demonstrate for some of you, I'll help you feel that. Pulling it out. Letting the rest of your body follow. Now, we're going to do a couple passes back and forth. One, where you're very loud. Let's all head down this direction. As loud as you can. Now, I'd like you guys to try going back across the room totally silent. So every time you land, it's totally soft. And you absorb the weight and fall into spirals so there's no sudden bang. All right, let's go. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take that idea of landing softly and no bonesing ourselves. But we're going to walk around, and as we encounter a partner, we're going to give each other a little weight and then both no bones ourselves down. Let's take a little walk around, running into each other.
And watch other people do it. That's not good.
And this can look lots of different ways. It doesn't have to be just from one side to the other. He can become firm this way, and it can melt over him and down to the ground. While the other person is still soft, but immediately ready to take your weight as well. So we're going to stand hip to hip, and I'm going to rock up onto this foot, and then rock up onto her foot, and rock, rock. Hopefully we all know that we're all good at falling here. We've all fallen with each other and on our own, so we can now really fall into another partner. I'm going to fall all the way over him. Before, we were sort of falling and then sliding down. This time, as he goes down, I'm going to really fall all the way over him. And he's going to help me get back down. So your partner is actually going to be holding your weight there for a moment. And he's not having to lift me. He's offering himself as an extra floor for me to extend out over him with my weight. There's never a point where he has to lift me up. If he's going over me, I'm just becoming a spot for him to be on. If you're worried perhaps about landing on your head, remember you always have your arms out there. They're sort of like your landing gears. And they can always be sort of extended towards the floor. So if you're falling, you have your hands there to catch you. And an important thing about flying in contact is that you never grab your partner's hands. That's taking away their own autonomy to take care of themselves. So if he's going over me, I'm not going to grab his arm and take him. I'm going to offer myself, and he can let himself fall over me.
Yay!
Yeah, see? Now another way you can extend this fall into your partner is to take the exercise that we did at the very beginning on the floor of spiraling. Only now your floor is your partner. So I'm going to spiral up your back. Okay? So I go over him this way and spiral myself up his back a bit. And then spiraling first. So I'm going to lean my weight over you. And then spiral myself up. Okay, so this next exercise, we're going to be doing more or less the same thing, except instead of giving your weight over someone's back, we're going to give it to them on their front. Ready? Very nice. Just like that. And I can also take him over here, and I'm not having to lift him, but I'm just sort of making my center available for him to roll and spiral across this one.
Can you break it down, the effort of the flyer? Like what the flyer is doing?
Yeah. So as the flyer, I'm going to lead kind of with my legs and hips around him. We were earlier on, we were spiraling across the floor, leading with our heads, with our legs, with our arms. Seeing how it's different to spiral leading with one part versus with another part. I think a lot of people are thinking, well, if I'm with my partner, I've got to jump over here. You want to really be moving into your partner. That's how you stay connected, as though you're both trying to occupy the same little bit of space. So when I'm with my partner, I'm going to jump on you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to jump really right into her.
Yeah, if I put too much out, it hurts in my back. Yeah, I can't land. I wonder if you're moving.
This is more or less the same motion between both of us, except that instead of his hips heading across here, I'm going to bend down a little bit to offer this as the platform rather than this. Relax any muscles that may be tight. If you felt like you had to lift someone or you're nervous about flying, anywhere that's tight, let yourself relax and fall into the ground that you know will support you and hold you up, the ground that you can fall into without fear. Sometimes falling into another person can be a little bit scary. Thank you all for coming to this class.
Thank you.
And at the very end, I'd like to open up just a few minutes if anyone has anything they'd like to share about their experience, whether good or bad, scary or just exhilarating and fun.
Well, it's just so much like my life. It's so much easier for me to let someone fall into me than for me to fall into someone else. Perfect mirror. Truly.
I think all these skills and philosophies of contact are always applicable to the rest of your life.
And sometimes transformative.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you can learn to fall into someone here, maybe you can learn that in other realms of your life too.
Yeah, I was really glad that you were able to help me figure out how to be a bass, because I tried that on at the Detroit Jam for the longest time, and no one was able to help me figure out how to do it. So I was really happy then.
Yeah, you did a great job.
I was thinking of something that is related to my work that I'm doing, that it was like spiraling strategies for vertical powers. So I felt like along the class we were like practicing this, and it was really nice because I was writing all morning about this in the morning.
Yeah, I just want to second it. It's very much like a metaphor for life, and I mean that's part of the reason why I'm here today. It sort of encompassed everything. I just heard about this a week ago, and it sort of encompassed everything that I absolutely love and everything I'm absolutely completely fearful of. So and it is really hard to let yourself go. It's hard to fly, So this was good, and actually it was really good to see you. How you can take the weight, you can take the weight, and everybody here can take the weight, and that's very instructive. So it was really good.
We enjoyed it.
Awesome.
We all had fun.